Welcome back to The Curious Yapper. I'm Madison, your host and favorite yapper. Last week I left you talking about feeling like a hermit and not wanting to live outside my comfort zone, as I have charged myself to do to live the fullest life I can. This week, I think I had more activities. I don't know that any of them challenged me outside of my comfort zone. This coming week, there's opportunities for me to put that statement to the test. I'll keep you updated to see if I do choose to be brave and do things outside of my comfort zone. So, breaking down the week, Monday was a decent day. After work, Evan had set up an oil change for me for my Pearl Girl. And I don't know about you guys, but I am not very comfortable doing the car things. So it feels like it's a stressor in general. And it's just helpful that Evan books the appointment. So I was going to a new location because I've never gotten an oil change up here. And I went to a dealership and it wasn't as obviously marked for the service portion of the dealership versus just the showroom portion. So I was driving around for a little bit, cutting it close to my appointment time. Anyways, I did find it and made it, and the people were nice. Evan came and picked me up. We ran some errands, and then it was time to go back and pick up my car. So Pearl Girl got her oil change, so that's good. And I missed it, but last week was Pearl's 5th birthday. I got Pearl during the pandemic, and I cannot believe that we're already 5 years past that. It's just nuts. So she's been my girl for 5 years, and I love that car. So that was Monday. Tuesday, I got to leave work early to go to a doctor's appointment, which that was also interesting trying to find the location. I went to a place that was kind of a combo with the hospital. There's also medical offices. I had no idea. I went through the security line for the hospital, went up to one of the floors, and I was on like the labor and delivery floor, and I was like, I don't think this is right. So then I went back downstairs and talked to one of the security guards. I was like, I'm looking for this suite. Do you know where I go? And he said, oh yes, you go down that hill. So anyways, I ended up finding it, and there's something that was very healing in that appointment. I don't know how many of you in general have experienced not great things medically. I certainly fall into that category. And my appointment Tuesday felt so healing because I had a doctor that listened to everything I had to say, validated what I was going through, and took the time to actually talk to me about my body and explain things. The doctor, the actual doctor, not just like the nurse's tech or anything like that, was with me for over 30 minutes, closer to 45 minutes, and answered all my questions. I have never had a doctor do that ever. And I don't know if that's just because the South is not as great medically or what, but that was very healing. I actually was crying after the appointment on my way back to my car, because had I experienced the compassion and knowledge of this doctor, had 8-year-old Madison experienced someone like this, I think I would have had a much different life trajectory. So I was very glad to have an appointment that was positive, because I definitely have medical anxiety and I don't like going to the doctor at all. So that was really good, really healing. Did a little cry. Then I got home, and my sister, we have a shared photo album for her kiddo and for family. So she uploaded a video of her daughter getting excited to watch a TV show, Bubble Guppies, I believe. And so I was like, oh, let me FaceTime them. So I FaceTimed them, and I was like, I heard we're watching Bubble Guppies. And so that was funny, and got to see my niece just a little bit. She's a busy gal. She was playing Legos. She was going in the kitchen and helping Dad cook and reheat dinner. She had her Aldi shopping cart. So it was just fun to see all of her activity and catch up with my sister briefly, but so fun to pretend that I was there to watch Bubble Guppies with her. So she really likes the song. And then after that, later that evening, I had book club. We normally meet on weekends, but this one was an after dark social, and went to book club. So the beginning of it's chit-chatting, went to a cool place that I had never been before. They had some old games, some pinball, some Pac-Man. So if my sister comes again, might have to take her there. Just a really cool place, really cool vibes. And then we read, and then we went down the street and played some trivia, and I got to meet new people. And it was just really fun. Really enjoyed the people that were there, and book club always feels like a safe group to go to. So that was awesome. And then Wednesday, I met a friend at one of the local like farmers markets, pop-up markets, and we walked around a little bit, caught up. She's going through a really hard time. And then we got a cookie. We decided to pick out, it's like some cinnamon cookie. I was like, oh, I need a cookie in my life. Then we went right next door to the library, and I had wanted to go to that library for a little bit. Signed up for a library card, saw one of my game friend people. Apparently she works at the library, and so that was fun. And then we just chit-chatted and ate our cookie. And then on our way out, I was planning to go get another cookie to share with Evan at home because the cookies were delicious, and I'm a cookie snob. So the fact that I wanted another cookie and wanted to share with Evan was a big deal. So went out to their stand, and I was like, did you guys just sell out? And they're like, we did. And I said, hate that for me, love that for you. And then I found the account on Instagram, and I stalked the account to figure out where else they'll be. And they'll be at a farmer's market this coming weekend. So I think I need to head there early, get all the cookie flavors that I want to try. So that was a fun little adventure on Wednesday. And I got that library card. So you better believe that I synced it to my Libby account, so now I can have even more books and get in line. So I'm a big fan of reading in libraries now. Would have never guessed. Me, Madison, no thank you. Then Thursday, again, since last week kind of felt like a hermit, this week I'm already, socializing some more, but I wanted to make sure that I'm still doing things for me. And so I came home at lunch, packed up my paddleboard, got my swimsuit, all the things. And then right after work, I went to the lake and got to paddle. I was there all by myself for a bit, probably about 30 minutes of it before other people started to show up. And it was just so fun. I love being out on the water. I like moving my body in that way. And I also really enjoy just being able to read a digital book while I'm out on the water, and it just definitely fills me up. So that was Thursday. And then Friday, yay, weekend, love that. And got home and went to game night with the friends that I met at the library. And so that was really fun. We played spoons, and lots of them had never played that, which was just so funny. Played spoons and played Uno Flip and played a couple others that I'm blanking on, but it's just fun to have a group that I enjoy. Oh yes, also before I went to the games, it was kind of like a potluck. So I went and ran to Trader Joe's and got some sweet treats. And I had never tried the sunflower cups. It's instead of peanut butter, they use sunflower butter. And those were good too. So just got to pick up some sweet treats and share it with people, and really had a good time. And then yesterday was our Saturday adventure, and we slept in. We stayed more local this time. We went to a park in Portland, and Evan had looked it up, and we just had a good time going on a hike. There were little offshoots on the trail, and it allowed us to go to the rose garden. And that was fun. And oddly enough, I thought all of the flowers would be like wilted and dead and, non-vibrant. But there were several rose bushes that were still popping and colorful. And so that was really cool. The fact that we just got to, on this trail, just go through there. And there's a little portion of it that there's a redwood little forest off of this trail. And so we got to see that too. And it was just fun and a little bit reminiscent of our trip to the redwoods in May. So it was good. And then we got home, we showered, before we got lunch in Portland at a place that had birria tacos, and Evan got a burrito bowl, and his looked it was tasty. I wanted more food. So I would still go again, but I would get more because I wanted more food. And then we got home, then we showered, then we napped, and I was in and out of napping when I was reading some books. And then after that, we eventually got dinner, Taco Bell feast. It was delicious, and just kind of chilled for the rest of that. And then today also slept in a little bit, and I made myself a little breakfast taco. Then I was reading on the patio, had book club again today, so got to go meet some more new people. And there was a new lady that joined, and she said she's just been trying to come out of her apartment and meet some people. And we told her that we had gone to trivia this past week, and she was like, oh, that sounds so fun. How often are these meetings? We said they're really only once a month. And she said, oh, I want to meet more than that. And so I found her on the Facebook group, messaged her on Facebook, and I said, hey, if you ever want to meet and just read, I'm so down for it. I'm also planning to go to this trivia tomorrow night, so if you want to join. So then I went up to her and I said, hey, I just creeped you and found you on Facebook. And I said all the things that I did. And she's like, oh, I don't know. And I said, well, I'm going to go to this trivia. She's like, oh, you're going? I said, yes. So sometimes it's easier if you have a buddy that you know is going to be there. She said, okay. And then by the time we were leaving today for book club, she said, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we'll see if she does follow through with what she says. But it's kind of fun to be able to meet people. So a little bit out of my comfort zone, still like comfortable because it was book club. And I went out of my way for somebody. So we'll see if that turns into anything. And then after I got home from that, I had some nachos, made myself some nachos. And then it was time to go. We met Evan's cousins again and went to a little splash pad, got some ice cream. And it was just fun to see them. And it feels good that family reaches out to make plans. And that was just really lovely way to end the weekend. And right now I'm avoiding the adult things like laundry. I at least have my outfit ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's kind of a big day. And yeah, I'm trying to be ready for the week. And I'll let you guys know if I decide to go out of my comfort zone and try new things. Thanks for the App Sesh Yappers. Have a good weekend.